Nintendo is in legal trouble, and no, you're not dreaming. The company famous for Mario and Pokémon just shot itself in the foot with a controversial patent, and gamers are loving it. If you've been feeling like Nintendo's been getting a bit too greedy lately, grab a seat. This 5-minute rundown will explain why everyone's furious at Nintendo and how their latest courtroom power play is backfiring spectacularly. Alright, here's the scoop. Nintendo recently went after a small game called Palworld. Think Pokemon meets open world adventure. Palworld is an upcoming indie game by developer Pocket that lets you collect cute monster balls and use them in battle with guns. Yes, really, Pokemon with guns. Nintendo wasn't amused. In fact, Nintendo sued Pocket claiming Palworld infringes on Nintendo's patent for Pokemon-style gameplay. What patent, you ask? Nintendo managed to patent the concept of summoning a sub-character and letting it fight, basically calling out a partner creature to battle for you. If that sounds ridiculously broad, you're not alone. Gamers everywhere blew up in outrage when news of this patent broke. Nintendo is known for fiercely protecting its IP. We've all heard of fan games getting shut down, but patenting a core gameplay mechanic that's been around for decades? That felt like a new low. Critics said Nintendo was trying to weaponize patents to bully competitors. One video game patent lawyer, Kirk Sigmund, didn't mince words. He called Nintendo's new patents an embarrassing failure of the US patent system. According to him, these overlay broad patents should not have happened. Full stop. Ouch. In plain English, many felt Nintendo basically patent common game ideas just to stomp out games like Palworld. The backlash was immediate and intense. From gaming forums to Twitter, people slammed Nintendo for trying to monopolize gameplay that's been in RPGs and monster collecting games for ages. Even a former chief legal officer of the Pokemon company hinted these patents would likely be ignored by other devs due to decades of prior art in gaming history. In other words, similar features have existed in so many games that Nintendo's claim looked ridiculous. Gamers feared that if Nintendo's enforced these patents, it could cast a shadow over the entire industry, stifling creativity and competition. And let's be real, nobody wants a world where only Nintendo gets to make Pokemon-style games. Nintendo's action even got a bit absurd. In one twist, reports say Nintendo argued that a fan-made mod, which showed their similar monster battle ideas, shouldn't count as evidence because mods aren't real games. Yes, they went there basically dismissing community created content just to strengthen their case. You can imagine how well that went down with the gaming community. Hint, not well at all. Now, here's where things get really interesting. All that publicly outcry didn't fall on deaf ears. The United States Patent and Trademark Office, USPTO, did something almost unheard of. Its director John A. Squires personally ordered a re-examination of Nintendo's prized patent. This is huge. It is extremely rare of the head of the USPTO to step in and say, hold up, let's double check this patent. Essentially, they're questioning whether Nintendo should have gotten this patent at all. Now, why the re-exam? Squires pointed to two earlier patents that Nintendo's application might have overlooked. One was from Konami in 2002 and another from Nintendo itself in 2019. Both potentially cover similar monster battling concepts that already existed. In patent lingo, these are called prior art, and if prior art shows the idea isn't new, you can't patent it. Squires said these older patents raise substantial new questions of patentability. Translation: Nintendo's patent looks shaky and it might get thrown out. Florian Müller, a writer at Games Fray following this case closely, says it's now highly likely this patent will be revoked. He notes that this surprise re-exam further undermines the credibility of Nintendo's patent. No kidding, the patent basically on life support now. And Mueller believes all the public backslash is what prompted to USPTO to act in the first place. It is like the patent office saw the gaming community collectively calling BS and said, you know what, they have a point. And that is absolutely amazing. So what does this mean for Nintendo's big lawsuit against Palworld? In simple terms, Nintendo's case is in serious trouble. That patent was a key weapon for them. If it gets invalidated, Nintendo's claims against Palworld could fall apart. In fact, this whole fiasco is making it even more likely that Nintendo will lose, as Mueller puts it. And not just lose the patent, lose the lawsuit period. The tables have turned dramatically. The mighty Nintendo might actually get defeated by a tiny indie developer in court. Imagine that. It's already happening elsewhere too. Nintendo had another patent related to catching Pokemon, rejected by Japanese officials for lacking any inventive step, basically for not being original. The Japanese patent examiner said the idea was so obvious, persons with common knowledge in the field could have come up with it. Talk about the reality check. Nintendo tried to claim credits for ideas that games like Ark Survival Evolved or Monster Hunter and even Pokemon Go already use. And the patent folks were like, nope, not buying it. These failures are piling up, showing a pattern. Nintendo's aggressive legal strategy isn't as unstoppable as they thought. Now, don't pop the champagne just yet. The legal battle isn't officially over. The re-examination will take some time, and the case itself, being fought in a Tokyo court, likely won't see major movement until 2026. But the momentum is all against Nintendo right now. If their patent gets cancelled and their lawsuit crumbles, it will be a major win for game developers and fans alike. It means big companies can so easily patent basic gameplay ideas and use that to smother smaller studios. It also means Palworlds get to launch without Nintendo's shadow looming over it, and honestly, a lot of gamers are excited to try this quirky Pokemon with guns game just to stick it to Nintendo. The whole saga is a bit ironic. Nintendo, the company that thought so many of us to catch them all, tried to catch all the legal rights to that formula, only to possibly lose because someone else did it first, way back in 2002. It's like watching a Pokemon battle where the overconfident trainer's best move backfires. Boom! Self-inflicted damage. At the end of the day, this could be a wake-up call for Nintendo. Gamers want companies to innovate and compete, not lock up fun ideas behind patents. The gaming community has made its voice heard loud and clear, and even the patent office listened. If Nintendo does lose this case, it might think twice before trying something like this again. Now, what do you think about Nintendo's patent war? Is the big N overstepping or just protecting its turf? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this quick breakdown, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more spicy gaming news. Until next time, my name is Yu. Don't forget to smile. Peace.